From hotspots and hidden gems to lots of local flavor, it's your guide to LA the unscripted way. And tonight we're getting Centennial from the 100-year-old Biltmore. Hello everyone and welcome to LA Unscripted. I'm Dana Devin and tonight it is good to be 100 years old, like this stunning hotel. The Biltmore in downtown Los Angeles, celebrating its 100th birthday this year. It is hands down one of the most visually beautiful places to stay, and it's got quite the history. Just ask Olivia in LA.
The Biltmore Hotel opened its doors in 1923 and has made keeping its history alive its main priority.
The Biltmore Hotel is one of the oldest hotels in Los Angeles. Throughout the years, there's certainly, I'm sure, been pressures and trends to keep with the modern and adjust, but my predecessors and myself have felt a sense of duty to be the custodians and preserve the history, the heritage, the architecture and design of this amazing place. The Biltmore Hotel is one of the iconic hotels in Los Angeles. It was founded in 1923, just as Hollywood was coming onto the scene as a major player. LA was becoming a major city with the likes of New York, Paris, and London. When the hotel first opened, it had over 1,100 rooms, and it was the largest hotel west of Chicago, and it was known at the time as the host of the coast. Since then, we have increased the size of the hotel rooms. We've actually sort of reduced the overall number of rooms, and today we have 683 guest rooms and 70,000 square feet of meeting space. We have 2 restaurants, a bar, a full fitness center. Not many hotels can claim what we can claim. We're celebrating 100 years this year, and we're going to be celebrating by hosting a series of really interesting and unique events, from an evening with mermaids inside our original 1923 Roman-style pool. We're doing a fashion show. We're reintroducing the high tea, which was always a classic and the Biltmore is known for. So we're going to sprinkle in a number of different events to bring attention and awareness to this milestone.
We are in the gorgeous gallery right here in front of this amazing photo. What is this photo?
So this photo was the gala event when the hotel first opened its doors.
And you're doing something special this year, right?
In our 100th anniversary gala event, we'll actually be replicating the silver plate photo to basically look very similar to this. Over 300 movies have been filmed at the Biltmore. It is rumored that the actual Oscar statue was designed in a napkin at the Biltmore Hotel. You could experience part of Hollywood and LA history by staying at the Biltmore. We hosted 8 of the first 10 Oscar ceremonies. The hotel is known as the Hotel of 1,000 Angels because the designers and sculptors inserted 1,000 angels throughout the hotel.
So it's like a scavenger hunt for angels.
It is.
I love that.
Staying with us is like living a part of LA and Hollywood history.
Thank you, Olivia. I mean, such a cool hotel. All right, now on to the happiest place on earth. Jasmine Simpkins is taking us to Disneyland.
The Disneyland Resort celebrating 100 years of Disney. There's so much to share. Let's not waste another magical moment.
1923 is where it all started, you know, Walt Disney's Suitcase and a Dream. So 100 celebration, this is the heart of the celebration here at the Disneyland Resort.
Listen, Disney 100, would you give it 2 paws up?
We take pride in that we are just stewards of the 100 years that we're celebrating. And so we want everyone to feel that ownership, that this is your Disneyland, right? This isn't my Disneyland. So everybody come and enjoy, and that's what it's about. Friends, family, fun.
Okay, Donald, are you ready to party? Strike your best pose. This is one of my favorite parts, talking to you guys about all the yummy food that you guys put together.
Our lemon tea cake is going to be one of our most popular items. We do have our cheddar and potato burger. That is a Steamboat Willie shake. We have our travel sipper. We have our popcorn bucket.
The tea cake I hear was Walt's favorite.
It was.
So was it his mom's recipe, family recipe?
Oh, come on, that's Disney magic. We can't tell you all the secrets.
Okay.
But I can have you taste it.
The lemon zing makes my heart sing. Now it's time for the icing on the cake, a brand new attraction, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Guys, I've been waiting to ride this and we're one of the first. Oh my God, let's go, I'm so excited!
We are here at El Capitan Theaters. We actually get the opportunity to enter into the cartoon with Mickey and Minnie. The whole agenda is to go see Mickey and Minnie's Perfect Picnic, which is their debut film for Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, where they're trying to find the ideal spot to have a picnic.
The unique thing about our attraction is that it sits in the heart of Mickey's Toontown. There's something for everyone here.
We found the hostess with the mostest for all the nighttime magic. Minnie, happy 100. Can you blow a kiss with me to the camera? World of Color 1.
It's basically celebrating the impact that one person, Walt Disney, has had on this company for so long. It's completely new. Now we've integrated Star Wars and the Avengers.
Happy 100, Pluto. Wait, what is that in dog years?
Wonder's Journeys is fantastic because to celebrate Disney's 100 Years of Wonder celebration, we have created a spectacular that pays tribute to 62 of our featured animated film fireworks. We have pyrotechnics, we have flames, which is incredible. I love when the guest reaction when the flames go up. You have a bit of lasers, the incredible digital mapping. Like, this is such an innovative show, and I'm so excited for guests to get to see it for our celebration.
Now, that's a show. Come celebrate Disney 100 all year long because there's only one word to describe it: wondrous.
Thank you, Jasmine. And we'll be right back with a 100-year-old margarita. Now you have my attention. Lots more LA Unscripted from the Biltmore in just a moment. Welcome back to LA Unscripted Centennial Celebration. I'm Dana Devin from the 100-year-old Biltmore, and we are highlighting some of the incredible places also turning 100 this year. How cool is this bar? I kind of feel like I'm in The Shining. All right, moving on. And this next place may be old, but it never gets old thanks to killer Mexican food and a margarita that will literally put you on the floor. No joke.
I celebrate my 90th and El Cholo celebrating their 100th. It's kind of a great year. I'm Ron Salisbury. I'm very fortunate and very blessed to be the owner, along with my family, of the El Cholo restaurants. El Cholo was a restaurant first started by my grandparents in 1923. When they first started the restaurant, they called it Sonora Cafe because they came from the state of Sonora. And then 2 years into it, a gentleman walked in, and while I was waiting for his lunch to come, he doodled a little man who's our character and wrote El Cholo underneath. My mother was the waitress, and she took it to my grandfather, and he said, "I like that so much. Today we're changing the name of the restaurant to El Cholo, and we're going to use this man as our figure."
Who is this beautiful woman?
This is my mother when she was in her, her young age, and my mother loved the camera. So this is one of my best pictures, I think, of my mother.
And your mother and father actually met at the original El Cholo, right?
That's correct. My earliest memories are in this restaurant, sitting in the booths and the people and the noise and the people moving and everything. And that register.
Right here, okay.
That's where my mother taught me how to count.
Stop.
Using with the coins, yeah.
In LA, of course, you're gonna get celebrities, and you guys have had so many celebrities in here. This Madonna, the Beach Boys.
Well, it's our 100th anniversary, and it dawned on me the appropriate title theme for it should be that we've been creating memories. I have a letter from Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas telling me how she did not know what Mexican food was, and Jack Nicholson was dating her and said, well, I'm going to show you the best Mexican food in town, and took her here. I have a letter from Louis Zamperini, who was the theme for the book Unbroken, and he wrote me a letter saying that one of the things that kept him alive in Japanese prison camp was wanting to come back here and eat a #1 combination.
I've been an El Cholo regular for years, and in my opinion, there's not a bad seat in the house. But according to Ron, this is the worst seat in the house because it's right near the kitchen. So if you sit here, which is what I'm gonna do, you get free nachos. So this is the nacho table. It's nacho bad.
Our cheese is a year-old cheese, comes from a special ranch in Wisconsin.
Oh.
And it's 1 year old, which gives it the sharpness and the meldability.
You can taste the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me how nachos got introduced to LA.
It was Carmen Rocha, came here as a server, applied for a job as a server. She brought nachos with her.
I toast Carmen with this nacho. Carmen, this is to you. I love you. Oh yeah. This is the famous Taste of History plate, right?
Correct.
And it's a special plate, and tell me what's on it.
Cheese enchilada.
My favorite.
A rolled taco.
Okay.
Chili relleno, and a pork tamale. So this is really a tribute to our first early menu.
Oh, it's so good. I heard Tom Hanks had this.
That's correct.
What did he say?
Well, it was kind of sad. They asked him the last meal he'd eat before he died, what would it be? And it was this.
This Taste of History plate?
Yes.
That's a ringing endorsement from Tom Hanks.
In our 100th anniversary now, I'm getting asked a lot to look back. I've never spent my life looking back. I always get up every morning seeing what we're going to do today. It's a restaurant, and I learned from the beginning to go in the restaurant business. You don't go in it to make money. You go into it because you love doing what you're doing, and if you do it well enough, you'll be rewarded.
El Cholo's been in LA for 100 years. Cheers to 100 more. Cheers, yay, thank you. Okay, I may or may not still be a little tipsy from that shoot. All right, back with more 100s when LA Unscripted returns. Welcome back to LA Unscripted's Centennial Celebration from the 100-year-old Biltmore. I'm Dana Devin, and we've rounded up a few spots turning 100 this year, like this incredible spot.
Built in 1923, the Coliseum is a National Historic Landmark and cherished by all Angelinos.
The LA Coliseum is an absolutely incredible National Historic Monument. We are a 100-year-old building, sporting events, entertainment events, political community events. We really do it all and have done it all for the last 100 years. The Coliseum broke ground on December 21st of 1921, and it was almost a 18-month building project. They broke ground with the finished Coliseum on May 1st of 1923. We actually started and we opened up with the intention of being a memorial to those who served in World War I. That was the original intention of the Coliseum, opening it up. Additionally, we looked to bring the 1932 Olympics to the region. So with that, we needed to have a place for athletes to perform and to compete. When the Olympics returns to Los Angeles in 2028, it will actually be the third time that the LA Memorial Coliseum hosts the Olympics, making us the only venue worldwide to do so 3 times. So we hosted it the first time in 1932, second one was in 1984, and the third one in 2028. We have hosted 6 presidential visits here total. So just going back to the political events, JFK, Ronald Reagan, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President Dwight D. Eisenhower was here, Richard Nixon, Martin Luther King spoke here, Billy Graham spoke here as well, Nelson Mandela.
We are in like the hallway of the greats, right? Is this what you would call it?
Yes, absolutely. So this is the Court of Honor here at the Coliseum. All these pillars with a whole bunch of plaques up here showing a variety of different LA icons that have made an impact on the city.
So you mentioned the original building of this Coliseum, but I'm sure there have been some renovations since, right?
Yes, absolutely. So actually, most recently in 2019, we renovated the entire seating bowl. So if you guys look behind us here, 78,000 brand new seats were installed, about 3 shades darker than the Coliseum's or USC's Cardinal Red, just so that they would fade into the perfect USC red color. So that's kind of what you see today behind us. The legacy, not just as a National Historic Landmark, but also just everything that's happened here. It's been the stage for some of the most extraordinary athletic events. It's been the stage for some just incredible talent. Really just over the years, it's made itself known sort of as that.
And next on our list for turning 100 this year, one of your favorite movie studios. Jasmine is back and checking in with the home of Friends, Ted Lasso, and Sex and the City.
100 years ago, the studio was really small. We've now expanded into 110 acres. So in that time, we've been able to make timeless films, movies, TV shows, things that everyone loves and watches with their family and their friends. Here at Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood, we plan on celebrating the 100 years by bringing in a nice little exhibit in our lobby so that way people can walk around and understand what we've done, how we've done it, the impact that we've made to society in the world. We're here on the lot, so I had to get you a private cart. Let's jump on the cart.
What? Unscripted, let's go!
The studio's turning 100, but the tour actually turns 50 years this year. When you start the tour, you start in this amazing arrival hall where you get to learn about the brothers, about classics, about television, about innovation, animation, and television. The second part is learning. So you go out with a tour guide to really ride on the backlot sets, to knock on walls and see doors and see where your favorite actors and actresses have done their job.
This is the Geller house for the prom episode, and where I was just sitting on the stairs, that was where Ross was. He was like playing his Casio.
The first stop we're about to go to is Hennessy Street and Tenement Alley. Hennessy Street and Tenement Alley are one of our oldest backlots. So it's been here from the 20s and 30s where you've got the gangster films. And actually what's really cool, Dale Hennessy actually brought fire escapes from New York to make it look like an urban kind of rundown location.
Magician, where are we going next?
Next, we're gonna go to stage 48. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Wait a minute. Are these costumes from Abbott Elementary?
These are costumes from Abbott Elementary. They've been taking home so many awards lately. And what's really cool is here in the 100th year anniversary, we're making sure that we turn our front room here at Stage 48 Script to Screen into Heritage Month. So right now it's Black Excellence, and then we'll have Hispanic Heritage, we'll have Asian Pacific Islander Month, Heritage Month, and we'll just make sure that we can let people see themselves in film and television. Here in this section of Stage 48, we've got My Fair Lady, Casablanca. We've got the leading ladies of Hollywood. Like, these are must-see costumes that if you're a classics fan or a casual fan that wants to check out some of our classic movies, this is the location for that. And then the last part of the tour is the immersion part, where you get to touch some things, see some vehicles that you may love from movies and TV shows. The legacy of being here 100 years, it's priceless. Going from the brothers selling their dad's watch and their horse to make their first Nickelodeons to where we are today with the numerous companies, the millions of viewers. And I feel in our 100 years, we've done a really good job of pinpointing places in life and time, both the good, the bad, the ugly, to showcase how life can imitate art.
So many hits from that studio. Okay, last stop on our 100 celebration tour, the ultimate symbol of Hollywood, the Hollywood sign.
You know, it's a penultimate symbol of Southern California. They could do beaches, but there are beaches everywhere. We have nice architectural buildings, but there's other buildings that are just as significant elsewhere. But the one symbol that nobody else has is that Hollywood sign. If you think about it, there would be no Hollywood sign if it weren't for the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. So the Hollywood sign started as a promotion for a real estate development. The development was called Hollywoodland. It was built by a consortium of LA's leading citizens, including the Chandlers from the LA Times. As part of it, they put this big sign on the hill that said Hollywoodland. So by the 1940s, it was in pretty bad shape. And in fact, in 1948, there was a windstorm that blew down the H. And the residents started complaining to the city, this thing is a disgrace, it's an embarrassment, tear it down. So the city was planning to tear down the Hollywood sign, at which time the chamber stepped forward and said, well, we think it should be saved, and the chamber's willing to rebuild it if the city will allow us. The city said, okay, the chamber can rebuild the sign, but you've got to take off the land and just says Hollywood. By about 1978, the first O in Hollywood, the top half had blown down, and the second O had completely fallen down. Again, the chamber stepped forward and said to the city, we'd like to raise the money and completely rebuild it and re-engineer it to modern standards so it's going to last this time. They did several things to raise the money. They had tried to find sponsors for the letters. Alice Cooper was the first sponsor, and the last letter was sponsored by Groucho Marx. So that sign's in great shape today. They continually monitor it to be sure it's seismically safe, even though it's fallen down in numerous movies. It has been a tremendous advertising vehicle for Los Angeles, Hollywood, and Southern California for 100 years.
And that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much to the Biltmore for celebrating your 100th birthday the unscripted way. And go out and visit all of these 100-year-old places so they get to stay around for another 100 years. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next time. Mwah.